Okay, what I wanted to do was just sort of step through the approach to estimating forward swap rates. And again, the case requires us to estimate some forward swap rates. So I thought I'd show you sort of technically how do we approach it, how does it work on that. And we'll talk about more about the mechanical details, the implications, and some of the practical things during the class session. But let's just sort of focus here on how do we estimate forward swap rates, all right? And so let's sort of talk about swaps. And if we look at swaps, this is a regular swap, regular 1-year swap, regular 2-year swap, a regular 3-year swap. And basically what you see is when we sort of say you could pay LIBOR and receive a fixed rate. And so these two things should be indifferent between, if the right fixed rate here on the swap rate should make us indifference between receiving or paying LIBOR and receiving or paying the fixed rate. So this would be on a quarterly swap. So for the 1-year swap, it would be on a quarterly basis. So if it's 1 year, there would be 4 payments over the 1 year. And so what we would do is take the present value of the LIBOR payments, present value of the fixed rate payments, and identify the fixed rate makes the present value exactly the same, just as what we had just done. Okay. Now, if we had a 2-year swap, there would be, in fact, 8 payments. And if we had a 3-year swap, there would be 12 sets of payments on a quarterly basis over the 3 years. In each case, what we would basically do is the same thing. We would take the present value of LIBOR payments, okay, and present value of fixed rate swap payments, set them equal, and find the fixed rate that makes these two things equal. And we would do the same thing here, and we do the same thing here, and determine what the 1-year swap rate is, and determine what the 1-year swap rate is, the 2-year swap rate, and the 3-year swap rate. Okay, so we've done that. That's basically what we have done so far. Now, let's look at a forward swap. Okay, and what I'm thinking about here is a forward swap that begins, a swap that you commit to today, okay, that actually will begin in 1 year and then would continue as a set of swap payments for 2 years. Okay, so what would that look like? Well, what that look like is, here's a regular 1-year swap, and here's a regular 3-year swap that we have done. A 1-year forward 2-year swap would look like this. Okay, you would set the fixed rate today. Okay, you set the fixed rate today, but the first payment, okay, would actually not begin until 1 year from today. Okay, so that it's a little bit different. So what we need to do is figure out, oh, what rate would I commit to today? What fixed rate today, okay, for a swap that actually begins 1 year from now, but would be a 2-year swap that would go for periods 5 through 12. Okay, so that's the problem. That's what we're going to try and talk about here and doing it.